What is going on, Colts Nation? Welcome back to another episode of Bring the Juice. Guys, we're bringing you a practice recap from the practice that we just went to. It was definitely an eventful one, a struggle for both quarterbacks today, to say the least, Cody. I mean, a lot of interceptions, a lot of almost interceptions from both quarterbacks. One, though, I think definitely stood a little bit over the other, and that was Daniel Jones. It was just a little bit more consistent today in his approach. Anthony Richardson had just a little bit more of a struggle, but as I've been saying in a couple other things, it kind of felt like a come back to earth type of moment here for these quarterbacks.
Yeah, the first time we've really seen these quarterbacks have a significant practice struggle on 11-on-11s and 7-on-7s. It just felt like the defense was really locked in today in a lot of ways. And, guys like, Travarius Ward, Justin Wally, Kenny Moore had a big pick as well. I mean, all these guys were doing really well today. They were really in that secondary. Even the linebackers, I thought, had some really nice moments today, and we'll talk about that in a second. But, yeah, I mean, when you say Daniel Jones stands out and you still have some horrendous interceptions, I mean, that tells you how bad of a day it was. And I just felt like Anthony Richardson today was just a couple seconds late in a lot of different ways. A couple seconds late on his reads, on his throws, and some of those things that you're like, you just got to get better in those ways. Now, Jim Bob Cooter did say, when we talked to him after, there was a lot of red zone today, and so sometimes that can kind of, skew the numbers and make things a little more challenging because obviously the field shrinks a lot when you're in the red zone. And so that is definitely something, but still no excuse. The quarterbacks definitely both had their struggles today, and you hope they can get back to it here tomorrow when the Colts have their practice and one of their last practices before they head to Baltimore and play the Ravens on Thursday night.
I know,
on
it's
Thursday.
crazy.
I know, we were like, wait, what? They play on Thursday for their first preseason game? But yeah, it's kind of crazy there. But yeah, I mean, it did feel like it was a really strong day for the defense in general. I mean, the offense kind of had some struggles, and sometimes you want that. The offense has really been, it feels like, dominating the last couple days, especially a couple nights ago. So you like to see the defense come back and play some, really good snaps there. And really felt like this defensive line today took it to the offensive line in a lot of ways. There's really not a lot of running gaps for first or second team. Buckner obviously doing his thing, Big Grove. Latu Latu continues to play very, very well.
Yes.
Continue to get after the quarterback really well today and had a couple would-be sacks today. So I thought he was very disruptive as well. And just felt like the defense was on another level today, Derek, in a lot of different ways. Felt like the secondary was really, really strong today. I mean, the good thing with the secondary is you're not missing any starters right now. I mean, Justin Wally's still, out there, and he's still playing really well. Really good coverage there. Kenny Moore just continues to be very strong in the slot. But yeah, just felt like the defense really took today in a lot of ways.
Yeah, no doubt. And of course, we'll continue to keep an update on Jalen and Juju. And yeah, it was definitely a defensive day. Like you said, Jim Bob Cooter's talking about how, some things are kind of predetermined. They're wanting to see different looks and wanting quarterbacks to do different types of things. So it was a little bit more, it was a more closed in practice today than what it usually is. So it was a little bit more of a struggle for both of the quarterbacks for sure. But going into it as well today, it really felt like a wide receiver 3 to wide receiver 6 type of day. AP, I don't even think I saw AP catch one ball today.
They didn't really go to him.
Not one at all. They never went to AP. And Michael Pitt was out today.
He had a groin. He had a little bit of a lingering groin.
He did have a little bit of a lingering groin thing. I think that they said that they were going to just rest him, take it easy, don't want him to do anything crazy with it. He was in his jersey, was out there with everybody. He just obviously taking his time there. I mean, no point in rushing him back, worrying about it. So I wouldn't worry about it either, Colts Nation. But yeah, as far as that goes, though, everybody else, though, had themselves a really good day. Josh Downs, I mean, Cody, I think I said it to Logan at practice. It felt like they hit Josh Downs on the same route 12 times.
Yeah.
It was literally a slant route, whether he was in motion or if he was just flat at the route. If you were one-on-one and he had the open one there, just open every time. 12 receptions, got at least 6 or 7 yards every single time it ran. A.D. Mitchell again continues to put together phenomenal performances. And we even heard him when he was talking with his interview after today. He feels confident in himself, guys. Like he said, it was only a matter of time before I put it all together. And he said, and right now he's feeling himself to the point where he says again, like, if somebody puts me on an island, they're going to regret it. It's not going to be me. They are going to regret it. And we've even said it today, like Doolin had a couple of really good plays today.
Yeah.
Anthony Gould got brought up by Jim Bob Cooter as well. So, I mean, everybody besides the top two was getting involved in practice.
Yeah, which is definitely great to see. I mean, we talked about Anthony Gould and just how I feel like he's really started to emerge. And, even Brian Mason, the special teams coach, commented on, how good of a step he's taken this year in both the return department and also, in the receiving department as well. So you definitely love to see that. A.D. Mitchell, like you said, just continues to stack on good days upon good days. And, Doolin got a little bit more run with the ones today. So he's having a really strong camp as well. I felt like there were some other guys as well. Zaire Franklin had his camp debut. He took it pretty easy today.
Yeah, just really individual stuff. So nothing crazy there, which is fine.
Yeah, nothing too crazy today. But that was really it, I think, as far as that goes. I know, one guy we consistently bring up, and, with Zaire obviously still not out there. And then, with Segun Alubi, who also was dealing with, I think he had an ankle today, so he didn't practice. It's Joe Bashi. Again, Joe Bashi continues to do really good things. Had an interception today. Derek, I think he's making a strong case early on to play special teams and make this roster. I really do believe that because he has continued to, I think, play really well. And we know his time in college, he can play special teams. So I really do think this kid has a great opportunity here to be potentially that fourth linebacker. I really think it's a good opportunity if you think Franklin, Carlisle, Alubi, and him.
I think so. I mean, from what we have seen, Cody, it feels like every practice we hear Bachi has another interception.
Yeah.
It feels like we hear that every single time. And, it's an interesting thing, too, because we talked about, we'll talk about this in another video, but kind of talking about Lou Anarumo's defense, we talked about it when he got hired. How different is the defense going to look for some of these guys, and how does that impact guys at the bottom of the roster who rises to the occasion when asked to in a new defense? And he has definitely been the one that feels like he has stepped up more than anyone else in that entire linebacker group. So, I'm calling it right now. I truly do believe he'll make the roster.
Yeah.
Because when you start looking at the bottom of the roster, we know the top three guys. But then there's that fourth and fifth spot. Whether or not they have five linebackers, I'm not sure. But as far as who gets four, it's who's showing up consistently in practice all the time. And I think he has to be in there. I really think he has to.
Yeah. He just strikes me as that hardworking guy. He kind of, I know it's not an apples-to-apples comparison, but he's just like the prototypical undrafted free agent where he's an incredibly hard worker. He does the dirty work. He does what's needed. And when he gets an opportunity, he shines, in team period and stuff like that. So, yeah, there's a lot of interesting stuff there when it comes to this. Obviously, no Jalen Jones, no Juju Brent still. So you saw some younger guys getting some reps there as well. So we'll just have to see kind of what that looks like moving forward. But, yeah, man, I thought it was a good day of practice. You like to see the quarterbacks get back on track, but it's so funny, man, how it can go from, oh my gosh, we're going to the Super Bowl, to, oh my gosh, this season's going to be a disaster after one practice.
That is so true. Again, the fan base will do this. The fan base has definitely, over the last week, you have seen these quarterbacks get better and better and better and better. And then all of a sudden, just one Saturday practice after one of the bigger practices that the Colts have had in a long time, and then everybody comes back down to earth a little bit, and now it's like, oh no, here we go, season's over before it even starts. So classic, it is what it is, but like we said, we're not taking too much stock into it. It was still another great day, beautiful weather. It was 70 degrees by the end of practice and sunny, and he couldn't have asked for a better environment for it. Didn't see any drastically bad things from injury's sake, so that's good. but another chance to get some reps and see some good stuff. Anything else you want to add to that?
The Colts only have a couple more practices, and then they're off to Baltimore to do some joint stuff there, and then they play the Ravens on Thursday. So it's definitely going to look a little bit different here, coming up this next week, and then they'll be back on Saturday and Sunday as well, I believe. I know I'll be here next Sunday, so definitely we'll be reporting one more time from training camp. But, yeah, that's all I got today. I mean, I feel like the offense was kind of due for a bad day after some really strong days as well, especially because we know this defense has talent. No question there.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, it was just one of those practices, and we'll just have to see how the offense and the quarterbacks rebound from this. But I do think it was some good work there. And, there's a lot of different interesting situational things that you do here that you may not always see during a game, right? And, again, Jim Bob Cooter emphasized, you're throwing the ball. You're asking these quarterbacks to throw the ball 12 straight times. The defense is going to adjust to that, and they're going to do some things accordingly. Whereas in a game, it's probably going to look a little bit different, right? So, I mean, that's just what it is. So, yeah, guys, I think that's about it, though, as far as training camp goes here. And again, shout out to the Colts for allowing us to come and, just be able to view practice a couple days this year.
Yeah, absolutely. But let us know your thoughts, guys, in the comments down below. That'll do it for this one. Like and subscribe. And as always, go Colts.